This time the cape is more complex, more complicated than it was with the feather. So what I will try to here is not copying and pasting all the time what I did before, but animate it by heart. So I will animate step by step how I think the cape will look, and we will see the rest. Because I will have the cape top and 4 bones and the cape bottom and 3 bones. Oh, copying all that would take hours, and I want to show you how to make it in the next few minutes. Okay? So let's go into that. The method is the same. I check where is the highest, where is the lowest. The visor is helping me. This is the lowest. When it will be low, the cape will go up. And here I might just use the onion skin. I turn it on. It's on for the whole animation. Nice. And I go to the other lowest position, which is 10. And the onion skin is showing me that the highest the cape went before is that one. So I can copy totally that one. I can copy that stance of the cape, more or less. It doesn't even matter because this is flexible material, textile, dress. It doesn't even matter if it's not totally the same. But almost. Okay. So now I have these two. And where is the highest? On frame 6 and frame 14. If I would hide the bones with Ctrl B, I know this is where the character is the highest. So it will be the same. Ctrl B to see the bones again. I hide now the bones for the cape bottom because I don't see what am I doing here. Alright. Now here on the 6 I do the same. If this is the highest, then the cape is going the lowest. Actually it can go like this. I bend it so it's not under the ground. Nice. And now I do the same here. I can check with the onion skin. More or less correct. This was on frame number 6, frame number 14. A bit more bendy. Okay, correct it. Anyway. And I now do the same for the end. I check how it is in the middle. More or less medium position again. You see it's almost the same like with the feather. There is a neutral medium position. And I do that for the first and the last frame. This is a bit downer. And this is a bit upper. How does it look here? Even more down. Okay, more or less this. And now I just copy the first frame again to the last. I check my keyframes and tweens again here. If everything is nicely tweened. The tween means, you know, the in-between parts between the keyframes, the animation the computer is making. And it seems everything is alright. Let's see how it goes. It is too much of a bounce. It's following nicely the bounce of the feather, but for me it's a bit too much. So what can I do? I go to the position where it's almost touching the ground, which is on keyframe 6 and 14. I turn it back on. And I move it upper a bit. Same here. And it will be a bit less bouncy. It will wave, but it will be a bit less bouncy. Alright, nice wave there. What I also want to do is that when it goes up, so when the character is shooting upwards, the highest position, I want it to have a bit of a flick. Here and here. Let's see. Nice. I like it that it's waving and it's moving as straightly as the character is moving. Still too much upward shot. Here, it's too up. And here too. Bit too much. Nice, but it has a nice waviness. I could work on this for hours more to make it even better. When it's so complex, when something is so complex as it is, as with textiles and hair and or the feather on the helmet, my idea is to keep it simple. And if you think it's wrong, just delete the keyframes for that part and redo it. Believe your eyes and draw your own keyframes. This is what I did here. It was a different approach than what I did with the feather. I just drew it by heart, I just drew by how I thought it should wave and should move. Okay, and now let's do the cape bottom, which is here. Okay, now I see it. This will be quite easy. What I will do, I just gonna follow with these bones. I make the cape top bones disappear. Not the mesh itself, so I see what I do. What I will do here is simple. I will make the bottom follow the top. I don't have to slavishly do all the keyframes as it was before. I just follow it. And sometimes move it differently. This will give a bit of randomness to my animation. So not everything will be moving on the same rhythm. There will be some off. Alright. Again, the last frame. Or the first frame to the last place. Okay. Let's save. And let's see the animation. Almost good. Do you see the mistake I see? Yes, on some part it's going over. So this one. Perfect. And here it's not following, because this is the down position of the walk cycle and it doesn't go up as much as the cape top. Nice. Let's see it now, if I see any more mistakes. No. If I watch it in small, as it will in my game, like a mobile game, this small, it's perfect. I can play more with it. I can turn off the cape, I might don't need it. It's great without it, but with it, I think it's much nicer. It looking with the cape is just looking more alive. Okay, that's it. I know mesh editing is very heavy and the walk cycle itself was not easy, but if you managed it, if you do it, if you understand it now with this simple figure, because believe me, this is just a simple figure, then you will be later on with practice create any figure you want. You can make big characters with a lot of muscles wobbling around, creatures with long hair or ninjas with clothes, baggy clothes, whatever you want. Because this is very easy to animate with this program. Now in the next lessons we will do a few more tiny animations and then we wrap all up. If you have any questions so far, please ask.